Righto, before we get into this one, I just want to tell you how awesome my daughter is. Like, we can't even get blokes to work, and this is what she's doing. She's stripping wheels for me and loading them. I can't walk because my leg's still rooted, but like, stacking them there. What a good kid. Doesn't get any better. Let's get into it. Righto, another day in paradise, guys. We're here to get... Okay, so I've got this pallet, right? So here's the plan. There's the pallet. I'm gonna set up the truck today with ramps to get my forklift on because there's a heap more cars to do. But this Torana, which I've fallen completely balls deep in love with, we're gonna put a pallet underneath it so we can lift it up with the tractor that's on its way. There are a couple of other cars here. There's magpies too. I got swooped here the other day because it's magpie season. Ford wagon, Ford sedan. It's the GS. There's no dash left in it because someone, like, doesn't even look like they pulled the dash out. They just smashed it all to pieces. See, it's all. But yeah, the only thing I can see there of value is that front bar. The rest of everything just honestly seems to be junk. The rear bar seems okay too. I'll talk to him about trying to save those little bits and pieces, but the rest of it, as you can see, is pretty well just junk, guys. But yeah, but that's sort of not well, and the fuel tank's probably all right too because it's been upside down. But anyway, we're at the tractor here now. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the pallet underneath this, lift the front of it up, and then try and lift it up with the pallet to not crush the sills in that, because I do want to try and repair this. Met the nicest bloke you'll ever meet that has Toranas, where I picked stuff up the other day, and I have bought parts, flare kits, guards, bumper bars, bonnet hinges, all sorts of stuff for this car. It's just an SL. But yeah, what a absolute gem. But we'll get this up and get it back to the workshop and assess what it is. There's a lot of steel work, but I'm excited. Anyway, let's see what we can do. I love it when a plan comes together. See, pallet underneath. We did have to strap it up there so it didn't fall off, but that's going on like a champion. Yep, perfect. I bought a heap of parts for this thing, mud guards and all sorts of things too, which is absolutely awesome. Alright, I'm going to get up there and undo this strap, and I'll show you a bit more about what's going on. Alright, now, I know what you're thinking. I do know what you're thinking, because I'm thinking the same thing. This thing is absolute trash, but, like, alright, to save the tears, because I know there will be, because there always is, I love doing steel work. I live for it. The thought of a holiday to me, some people want to go to Bali, some people want to go fishing or something like that. Me, I want a grinder and a welding torch and a rusty heap of shit, and I want to repair that and make it beautiful. To me, that is a holiday. That is what makes me relax. It's what I enjoy. Okay, so to repair the rust on this, I'm not that stressed, honestly. And even the XY. The XY is actually a lot better than what we thought it was. This thing, yes, I understand it's rough, but once we pull it apart and you just start repairing it. It's simple, just start repairing it. But this is what I've been heading towards, guys, the whole time. This is what, for the last nearly 10 years of collecting cars and doing stuff, is to find these rarer cars that are worth enough money. Some of the stuff I'm going to build isn't worth a lot of money. It's just stuff I like. But you know, this is it is what it is. You could go and buy, we done a check on the tags yesterday, so it's a 173 3-speed column car, an SL, but you can go and buy a Torana for $5 grand, and guys that are buying these cars understand that $5 grand in one of these cars isn't a lot of money, and it's gonna have rust up there in the gutter, and it's gonna have rust around the windscreen at $5 grand. It's gonna need guards, it's gonna need rear quarter sections. It's just how it is. It's just that this thing is absolutely terrible. But yeah, so I don't know, guys, I'm excited. The plan moving forward is, I went and saw Shano this morning. Shano's worked for us before, but he's got a bad leg, but he is a freaking hard worker and a really nice guy too to have around. He's always happy, you know what I mean? People like being around him. He's a really nice guy. So what I'm going to do is down there where you can see that Dodge way in the background, because I've got about, I think it's about 10, give or take, of cars like this. So there's a Brougham coming, there's the XY, there's the Torana that's up there that I picked up the other day, Leith's Ute, wherever he's put that. He's probably put it away somewhere and covered it with car covers, even though it looks like this thing. But I'm going to set them up along here. So I'm going to move that Dodge so it blocks people being able to see from there, and I'm going to get a heap of wheels and I'm going to make up these stands. Okay, so steel wheels sitting like that. Okay, so that's me axle stands for them. I'll weld that there and weld that there, and I'll sit all these cars up off the ground, sit them all next to each other, and then go through them, open them up, pressure wash the inside of them, get all the dirt out of them, all the flaky rust, all the just the schmegma and everything that's in there, sort through any loose parts and stuff, set up a table, set them up nicely so Shano doesn't have to walk a lot. But Shano's good. I know he's going to turn up. I know that if he doesn't turn up, there is a massive reason. And yeah, but he's going to be my man for moving forward with a lot of these projects. So that's what she is. Don't laugh. I can see you sitting there now just shaking your heads going, dude, really? But you'll understand. Trust me, you'll understand. There's a channel. There's a young guy over in the States. When I had my F100, I saw his channel. His name, it's the Craig. He's a young bloke. He's got an F100. He's just done a Fox body, but he's doing up, and he's also got 64 Galaxies, like what I want. He's got 2 of them. Have a look what this young bloke is doing. Like, he's not a trained panel beater. He's not even a boilermaker, or sheet metal or anything. He has cut quarters off these things. He has, when he started digging into them, he thought one was a really good car, but it was like that underneath. But have a look at the Craig. Top young bloke, real goer, got a really good group of mates over in the States. I watch his YouTube channel, mostly just because he's a young bloke having a bash, and I just love seeing that. But yeah, so righto, I've got a tow job to go do and then work out what's next. So here's the XY anyway. We'll have another good look at this. I'm pretty happy with myself at the moment. Finding a lot of goodness, oh my goodness. Okay, so in the next load of cars, there's a XF wagon, which gives me all disc brake front end and stuff, and power steering and everything to put on this. But yeah, this isn't as bad as we first thought. When I was pulling it out, I was thinking, Jesus, this thing's bad. But we went over it yesterday, and both me and Leith both said that it's not as bad as we thought. So yeah, righto, on to the next one. We will get there. We will be just, yeah, it's all happening, guys. It's all happening. This place, I'll talk to you about solicitors over the shit fight I went through to buy this place, but it should settle today. It was supposed to settle months ago, but anyway, it's cost me a fortune. But anyway, we have a Torana, so nothing matters. Right, in amongst all these cars I've bought recently, I ended up with another 179 HP motor, so Holden red motor, 6-cylinder for a thingo. So I've got this cylinder head come in with a Ute a while back. You'll see it's been fairly heavily ported, so I'm going to give this one to the old Capitano and get him to do a reco on this cylinder head. Now my plan was with this other ones, because I've got another one for my wagon that I've been putting together for a long time, but I think, yeah, we might just build a big aspirated thing. I'm going to go out the back and have a look at this HD. I don't think it's very rusty. It needs one big rust repair on a rear quarter done, and it's got a really nice green interior, and I reckon we can build a sort of a nice retro thing with a green roof with green interior. Got a few nice accessories and a fucking stinking hot 6-cylinder in it with a manual. Big cam, just lumpy twin system and stuff. It might be a cool sort of thing to get going. It will be one that gets sold at the end of it. But yeah, anyway, let's go have a look at this HD and get this head into Captain. Yeah, so I'm just sort of hunting now. Leith sort of just said then that I want wet socks, so I've got to put together some stepping stones for to get through. So get wet socks early in the morning. Righto. Okay, so over here in the lineup there is a HD, which is that blue looking one there, I think it is, yeah, with this one here with the rust in the bonnet at the front. Believe it or not, it's got a rust hole back there, but it's got that green interior, see in there? It's pretty good in the interior, this thing, and it's not rusted out. The front's terrible, but I've got another bonnet just sitting on top of it there, so I think it'll go in this one. It could go in this HR, or in the HD. The HR is a really solid shell, but it's got it needs full set of doors, but I've got a good set of doors that can go on this. But I'm liking the HD because of the interior in it. So I think I'm better off building the HD while the interior is in good shape, because sitting out here in the sun's not doing it any favours. And we'll see what we can do with that one, I think. Well, that's my plan at this stage. But a big cranky aspirated thing with a 4-speed, and she'll be a sweet sort of rig. Anyway, I gave that head to him then. He's going to work out whether I'm keeping that for a car I'm keeping, and then I'll find I've got other cylinder heads around that are ported and stuff. Just starting the process, basically getting bits and pieces together, and I've got it will definitely be for sale. I'm not keeping it, so yeah. I'll say that now, but no, definitely I'm happy with the Jag. I'll keep that, but got to get some cars in and gone so we can shed this section here in, because the workshop is now ours. It has been bought, it is paid for and done. So big step forward, scary step forward, but yeah, anyway, it is what it is. Let's get back to it.